Next, Lordship.
Yes.
Lordship, I'd like to mention item 43 on behalf of NP Income Counsel for the petitioner. Lordship let the matter come up in 3 weeks, Lordship.
After 3 weeks.
For the truth.
Yeah, for
The petitioner.
petitioner. On the prayer of Mr. Fosico Forte, learned counsel for the appellant, second appeal,
Yes, Lordship.
Lordship.
list this matter after 3 weeks.
3 weeks, Lord.
You are for
I'm for respondent number 1 here, Lordship.
MS so learned counsel for respondent number 1 accused. Not accused, present.
Lordship, so item number 48 and 49
48, 49.
on behalf of NK Income Counsel for the respondent. Lordship.
Why this 49 is 2014 matter?
48 and 49. Yes, Lordship.
Was the petitioner?
No, Lordship, I'm for the respondent. I'm making a prayer on behalf of Mr. NK Income. Petitioner, Lordship.
You are for petitioner. 48, 49.
Yes,
Any objection? No.
No.
Why this other 49 is 2014?
Yes, Lordship. The leading counsel for the respondents is from the Dimapur. So I think there have been some difficulty.
No, I'm asking why this 49 is of 2014? Of course, 48 is I think 48 is 2022.
Yes, correct.
What is the connection? No idea.
No, since I'm not on read the brief.
Fosico, you also don't have any idea.
No, Lordship.
Our apologies.
Sincere apologies, Lordship, but the Lordship
On the instruction of Mr. NK Lucam, learned counsel to the respondents. Mr. Fosico put learned counsel. First for listing the matter after 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Mr. Eli Ralu, learned counsel to the appellant present. Prayer is allowed, list after 3 weeks.
Please, Your Lordship.
Yes.
Lordship, I beg to mention admission item number 11. Your Lordship, kindly list this matter after 2 weeks.
You are
I'm the counsel for the petitioner.
petitioner. So learned counsel for the petitioner. Praised for and granted 2 weeks time. List this matter after 2 weeks.
Your Lordship, I have similar prayer for item number 13.
13.
Yes, Your Lordship.
Same prayer. Same order.
Your Lordship, interim may kindly be continued.
All both
Only in item number 13.
13. Interim order was earlier shall continue.
Deeply obliged.
May I please, Your Lordship?
Yes.
Your Lordship, I beg to mention item number 40 and 41 of the hearing list, Your Lordship. I'm making a prayer on behalf of my colleague, Your Lordship. 40 and 41.
No.
This may be listed after a week.
Why?
Your Lordship, I have been informed that she is yet to receive some instructions in this matter. So it may be listed after a week. Your Lordship.
Actually, this 2016 matter, last occasion, I've checked the records. It was reluctantly granted.
Okay, Your Lordship.
Thereafter, another two more times you have taken a time.
Your Lordship.
Who's appearing?
Which one? Your Lordship, I'm appealing for item
40 and 41.
Yes, Your Lordship, here, we are going to give you direction to
To seek instruction on some documents and to bring the records. Some documents have been furnished to me, but it is not so relevant again. So I have asked for again the whole record to bring to me so that like I can place it before the summary record for proper adjudication of the matter. So the nature. I'm not this
As a last chance, huh?
2 weeks maybe at least, so that like the whole record can be brought to me, Lordship.
This is third time you are making a plea.
Yes, Lordship.
After this court has reluctantly,
Your Lordship, otherwise, succeeding the court to,
what about those, the postmortem reports?
so Lordship, about certain video clippings,
Yes.
which are not placed before the
CCTV,
CCTV footage and all this.
do you ensure it?
Yes,
As a last chance, huh?
Lordship, 2 weeks, Lordship.
MS Libika, Learned Council, Learned State Council submits that the required documents, including the CCTV, has not been furnished to her by the respondents, for which she prays for another 2 weeks time. Mr. You are for petitioner. Any objection? No.
No, Lordship.
Mr. So-and-so, Learned Council has no, Learned Council for the petitioner has no objection. Mr. Prayer of Learned Government Council is allowed. List this matter after 2 weeks so as to enable the Learned Government Council to obtain necessary instruction. Mr. This is made clear that no further adjournments will be granted after 2 weeks. Any fixed date? After 2 weeks?
Lordship, it's up to the
After 2
government.
weeks.
Lordship, I also beg to mention item number 46 and 47. Lordship, let the matter come up, let the bill be passed over for our Lordship.
For a day,
Yes, for a day.
Ms. So-and-so, Learned Council, on the prayer of Ms. So-and-so, Learned State Council, list this matter. The matter may be passed over for the day.
Much obliged. Yes, your Lordship. Your Lordship, I beg to mention item 15, your Lordship. Here, the state is yet to file counter. So kindly grant 3 weeks time, your Lordship.
Yes, on the prayer,
Item 15.
on the prayer of Ms. So-and-so, Learned Council for this. The Learned State Council. List this matter after 2 weeks,
After 3 weeks, your Lordship.
3 weeks,
Yes, your Lordship.
so as to enable her to file counter affidavit. Mr. So-and-so, Learned Council for the petitioner present.
Much obliged, your Lordship.
Obliged, Lordship.
My pleasure, Lordship, I beg to mention item number 25.
Yes,
Lordship, in this case, I will be filing my affidavit in reply today.
yes,
Therefore, if the matter can kindly be fixed on 8th September, this Friday for hearing on the preliminary objection, my lord.
what is the preliminary objection?
A preliminary objection of the respondent number 5. I'm for the petitioner, my lord.
Ms. So-and-so, Learned Council for the petitioner. Press for and granted 1 week.
On 8th, my lord, if possible, this Friday.
Time to file affidavit in reply. List this matter on 8/9/2023.
Obliged, Lord.
Lordship, I also beg to mention item number 8, your Lordship.
8.
Your Lordship, here I will get to receive instruction on the newly completed respondent, your Lordship. That is DC. So another 3 weeks will be granted.
Ms. So-and-so, Learned Council for the Learned Government Council. Rest for another 2 weeks time to obtain instruction with regard to the newly implemented
Yes, sir.
respondent, the Deputy Commissioner.
Yes, your Lordship.
Deputy Commissioner of which district?
Chumagiri, your Lordship.
Okay. Ms. So-and-so, Learned Council for the petitioner present.
Your Lordship, I also beg to mention item number 21.
21.
Your Lordship, I will have to receive instruction. So another 3 weeks will be granted.
3 weeks.
3 weeks, Your Lordship.
On the prayer of so and so landed council, landed government council, list this matter after 3 weeks so as to enable her to file counter affidavit. Mr. So and so landed council to the petitioner present.
Much obliged.
May it please your lordship.
Yes,
Your lordship, I beg to mention item number 50, 51, and 52, your lordship.
50, 51, 52.
Lordship.
Yes,
Lordship, I'm appearing on behalf of peace hearing, your lordship. Appearing on behalf of peace hearing, your lordship, that
Huh?
reading down to your lordship. Lordship, if the matter can be posted up to 2 weeks, your lordship.
2 weeks.
Yes, your lordship.
You are correspondent
Yes, Lordship.
on the prayer of landed council to the parties, list this matter after 3 weeks, 2 weeks.
Lordship. Much.
May I please, Your Lordship,
Yes,
I beg to mention item 19.
19.
Yes, I'll be filing my affidavit in reply in the course of the day, so I may be given. One more time,
On the
Maybe
prayer of
19.
so and so landed council to the respondent,
no Lordship, for the
petitioner,
petitioner.
petitioner. Who prays for listing the matter after 2 weeks. Is yes, he'll be filing the affidavit in reply
Yes, Lordship.
during the course of the day. There is a list matter after 2 weeks.
There's an interim, Lordship.
Interim order pass earlier said continue.
Lordship, I also beg to make a mention of item number 30.
30.
Yes, Lordship.
Yes,
Uh,
For petitioner.
Yes, no, Lordship, for respondent 1 and 2. On behalf of the council, Mr. Siti Jamir, for respondent 1 and 2.
so
So this matter be possible for the day.
on the prayers of Ms. So and so learned council to the learned council appearing on behalf of Mr. Siti
Siti
Jamil,
Jamil.
learned senior council appearing, learned council appearing for respondent
Respondent 1 and 2.
1 and 2. List this matter after 2 weeks.
Lordship, I also beg to make a mention of item number 23
23.
on behalf of counsel for the petition, Mr. Bendang Wapang.
Ah.
That the matter be fixed after 2 weeks.
Ms. So and so learned council appearing on behalf of Mr. Bendang Wabang, learned council for the petitioner. List this matter after 3 weeks.
Much obliged.
May I please, Your Lordship.
Yes,
Lordship, kindly allow me to, item 39.
39.
Yes, Lordship.
Yes,
Lordship, here I am yet to file my affidavit in opposition. So kindly allow me 2 weeks' time.
you are for state
I am for,
respondent,
I am for respondent number
private
2.
respondent.
Yes, Lordship.
Number, respondent number?
Lordship, here, service report on respondent number 2 is still awaited, Lordship.
This is orders. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. This order stay, I mean, the column, we'll see. You be there.
Lordship.
May I please, Your Lordship?
Yes,
Your Lordship, I beg to mention item number 32 on behalf of my senior Tompo Pongyener, counsel for respondent number 2. Your Lordship, we are yet to file our affidavit, so kindly grant us 2 weeks' time.
on the prayer of MS so learned council appearing on behalf of Mr. Tongpok Pongena.
Yes, Your
Learned
Lordship.
council for respondent
2.
to who prays that matter may be listed after 2 weeks so as to enable her to file counter affidavit.
Much
Prayer is
obliged.
allowed, list after 2 weeks. Mr. So and so, learned council for the petitioner present.
Please, Lordship. Lordship, I beg to mention item number 7 on behalf of my senior, Mr. Yang Awati, Lordship.
7.
Yes, Lordship. He's not feeling well, Your Lordship, so I pray that this matter may come out after 2 weeks, Lordship.
On the prayer of so and so, learned council for the learned council appearing on behalf of Mr. Yangarbati,
Yes, Lord.
learned council for the respondent number 5. List this matter after 2 weeks.
Your Lordship, I also like to mention item number 18, Your Lordship.
18.
Yes,
Yes,
here I am for the respondent number 2, Your Lordship.
yes.
I'll be filing my affidavit in opposition within the course of the day. So
Mr. So-and-so, learned counsel appearing for respondent number 18. Yes, respondent number 2. Who submits that? What I'm saying, Mr. So-and-so, learned counsel appearing on behalf of respondent number 2.
Respondent number 2, yes. For petitioner
Submits
lordship.
that he'll be filing the counter affidavit during the course of the day, for which he pressed for listing the matter after 2 weeks. Mr. Vijamomi. Sorry. Learned
State respondent is states that former particularly lordship.
Learned PP.
Yes.
Learned public prosecutor state present.
For the petitioner lordship. Doesn't intend. Just select the interim continue.
Mr. So-and-so, learned counsel for the petitioner present, also present. Mr. Interim order passed earlier shall continue. 18.
Yes. Much obliged.
Witness, my lordship, I beg to mention item number 9.
9.
The affidavit is ready awaiting the signature of the petition, respondent number 4. So kindly allow us 2 weeks, lordship.
On the prayer of MS Judge Zimomi, learned counsel appearing for
Respondent number 4.
respondent number 4. List this matter after 2 weeks so as to enable her to file counter affidavit.
As
You are
last
for
time,
petitioner,
I'm for the petition.
Mr. N. Longkumar, learned counsel for the petitioner present.
Although this may be last chance because in the earlier occasions also she has short time and then this honorable court has given her the last chance.
Easy.
Let us be-
Second last chance. Because there will be another third last.
Obliged, lordship.
Lordship.
Yes,
Lordship, I beg to mention item number 10.
then
I'm for the petitioner, Lordship. I have received a copy of the affidavit filed by the state respondent this morning, Lordship. So, Lordship, I may given 3 weeks time to file my reply.
Mr. N. Moji, learned counsel for the petitioner submits that he may be granted 2 weeks time to file, 3 weeks time to file affidavit in reply.
Lordship.
Whereas allowed, list this matter after 3 weeks so as to enable her to file his affidavit in reply. Mr. MS. This okay, learned additional advocate general present.
Obliged, Lordship.
My pleasure, your worship.
Yes.
Worship, I beg to mention item number 12. Worship, in here, there was some discrepancy in views.
Item
12, Lordship. So for the clarification, we have already sent to the PNR department, so kindly grant us 2 weeks to take necessary steps.
I'm sorry, item number
12, 1, 2. 12,
12.
yes, 12,
Okay, 1, 2.
yes,
Okay. You are for,
for the petitioner, Lordship.
what is your prayer?
Worship, here there is a discrepancy in my views.
Hmm?
So
It's a
Yes,
contempt petition.
Yes,
Either it has been complied or not complied.
No, your lordship, in the meantime, the file were recent, lordship. It was found that there is a in the father's name as well as in his date of birth, your lordship. And therefore, they were instructed to make clarification on that. So they are taking steps on that, your lordship.
Okay.
so we have already sent
On the prayer of Mr. Your name?
RC, Lordship.
Arsemi, learned counsel for the petitioner. List this matter after 6 weeks,
2 weeks, Lordship.
2 weeks.
What's up?
MS Science, Libica appearing for respondent, but alleged contemnants present.
Much obliged.
May I please, Lordship, again? Lordship, I beg to mention item number 44 and 45 on behalf of M. Watang. Thanking this matter after 2 weeks, since his mother is not keeping well and then he has taken his mother for treatment.
Who is not keeping well?
M. Watang's mother.
M.
So he has-
Wabang.
Yeah, so he has taken his mother for a treatment.
Mr. So-and-so learned counsel appearing on behalf of Mr. M. Wabang, learned counsel appearing for the respondent. Submits that Mr. M. Baba, learned counsel is indisposed. Therefore, fresh for listing the matter after 2 weeks or 2 weeks.
Much obliged.
Mr. So-and-so, learned counsel for the appellant present. Prayer is allowed, list this matter after 2 weeks.
Obliged.
That is a lordship. Lordship, I beg to mention item number 6, lordship, on behalf of additional AG in team song, lordship.
On the prayer of Mr. Tiangami.
On behalf of in team song,
No, no,
additional AG.
you are busy, Mom, sorry. I'm always confused with you and Imam, Angami. Busy, Mom, learned counsel. Appearing on behalf of Mr. Imti Imshang Learned Addition Lazy.
Lordship,
List this matter after 3 weeks.
lordship, lordship,
Any objection
for compliance,
for compliance?
lordship.
What? After 3 weeks
For compliance,
for compliance.
lordship,
Is it?
lordship.
Nice.
Lordship, I also beg to mention item number 20, lordship. Here I am for the respondent number 2 and 3, lordship.
2-0
Lordship, 20.
on the prayer of being Vijay Mohammed learned counsel to the Alice respondent, Alice contender, list this matter after 3 weeks.
Lordship, I have similar prayer for item 27, Lord.
Similar prayer. Similar order. Item 27,
And 29 also,
29.
Lordship.
You have taken consent from the petitioner.
Lordship, I have taken the consent.
So record her name also. So and so. present.
27, item 27 in the petition.
And item 29 also, Lordship.
29. Record
I
the
don't-
name of the learned counsel for the petition also.
Obliged.
Yes.
Please, Lordship. Lordship, I beg to mention item number 17, Your Lordship. Lordship, I'm appearing on behalf of the counsel for the petitioner, Dr. N. Tekar. Lordship, in this petition, the readings are completed, Your Lordship. So I'm ready this matter may come up on 13th of October, Your Lordship.
13th of October.
Yes, the counsel is an associate lawyer, Lordship.
On the prayer of Mr. So-and-so learned counsel appearing Mr. Dr. Ndeka.
Yes, Lordship.
Dr. Ndeka learned counsel for the petitioner. List this matter on
13th of October.
13 10 2022. You have no objection. Mr. So-and-so learned counsel for the respondent has no objection.
Lordship, there's an interim, Lordship.
Present and expresses no objection. Huh?
There's an interim, Lordship.
Interim order pass earlier shall continue. Yes.
Lordship, I can take the mention item number 37, Your Lordship. Lordship, we are to file our faklat number, Lordship, for the sole respondent. So kindly grant us 2 weeks, Lordship.
Or respondent,
Yes, Lordship.
37,
Yes, Lordship.
Mr. So-and-so learned counsel submits that he has an instruction to appear on behalf of the respondents for which he needs some time. And first for listing the matter after 2 weeks.
Obliged, Mona.
MS
For the petitioner on behalf of the
so
petitioner.
learned counsel will present. Whereas there are this matter after 2 weeks.
May I please, Your Lordship?
Hmm.
I beg to mention item number 42 on behalf of my senior in Longjam. Your Lordship, my senior is currently out of station, so kindly list the matter on the 14th.
Is there, are you interested still? The state is really interested. In fact, this matter is very serious.
Yes.
Are you really interested still then?
Of course, Your Lordship, but the thing is that on the previous occasion also, we are ready, but because of the paucity of court's time, it could not reach. And on other
But today,
occasions,
in fact, I have read the file also today.
yes, Your Lordship.
What to do if
Yes.
our
we can-
senior is when?
September 14,
Huh?
September 14.
1-4.
Yes,
14, are you sure?
yes.
We'll
Your
make
Lordship.
it, we'll record it that no further adjournment.
14 days, 15 days.
Are you sure?
Yes, Your Lordship.
We'll make it mention that, we'll record it that no further adjournment shall be granted.
Okay, Your Lordship.
Where he is gone?
Your Lordship, he has another matter,
Abroad,
in another district, Your Lordship.
14. On the MS so learned counsel for deputies, learned counsel appearing on behalf of Mr. Tongpok.
Inti Longjun.
Okay, learned counsel for respondent number 2 and 3. And the list this matter on 14/9/2023. Mr. MS Vishokri Leonard, Additional Advocate General,
And PP here,
present.
PP here. Yes.
PP, Leonard PP for the state of Nagaland, present.
Lordship, I'm appearing on behalf of my senior, Tompo Pongyener, for respondent 1.
Okay, are you ready on that day, 14?
Yes, Your Lordship.
Or you will make a mention on 14? Huh?
We are ready, Your Lordship.
We'll see.
Lordship.
And Lima Wapag is also there. Vinit Oli also. Otherwise, it's of no use. You take some more time. Every day we just cannot grant it. There are so many.
Your Lordship, we have already.
We'll fix this matter after 2 weeks.
Lordship, we can. fix
You-
that. Lordship, we can fix on that day because it's a open the case and then we may fix this matter on 14. It seems they have already informed the other
Okay.
party. Yes,
Okay.
Lordship.
No further adjournment.
Thank you. Much
May I please, Lordship? I'd like
Yes.
to mention item 36. Here are instructions to appear for the respondent number 3. So I'm here to file my power, so I may be given some time to file my power as well as to file my counter.
Whether you have complied or not.
No, but it's under process. We are coming with a new list of applicants.
Mr. So-and-so, Learned Council. Learned State Council.
No, as a engaged counsel.
Okay. So-and-so Learned Council submits that he has an instruction to appear in this, appear on behalf of the
Respondent number 3.
Alice container number 3, for which he prays for 2 weeks
2
time
weeks time, madam.
to file his power as well as the compliance affidavit,
Necessary affidavit, my lord.
necessary affidavits. Mr. So-and-so, Learned Counsel for the petitioner present.
Obliged, madam.
Yes. Yes.
The last occasion was granted the bail to the petitioner, my lord.
Are you challenging or are you are only for stay?
My lord, I
If
have instructed
you have
my
to
client-
separate it.
My lord, I have instructed my client to settle the dispute outside the court, my lord.
Okay.
My lord, my client is ready. So, my lord, let the matter be stayed for the time being, my
No,
lord.
on that ground, on that ground. You settle it.
It's also pending, my lord.
No, you settle it and come back. We'll pass the appropriate order.
State, my lord.
Huh?
The orders issuing, my lord, MBW, that may be state, my lord, in the meantime, my lord, because, my lord, in presence of the MBWs, my lord, he is on, my lord.
No, are you challenging the NBW?
Yes, my lord.
Then why this IA?
My lord,
It's not in the
at
form
time
of IA.
In the time of, at the time of filing the, my lord, criminal petition,
It should be criminal revision.
my lord, at the time of filing the criminal petition, my lord, the petitioner
You-
was not aware about.
Sir, you file an appropriate application. We just cannot stay like this. Until the time you challenge it.
Lordship, as far as the anticipatory bail is concerned, Lordship, on the last occasion.
No, it's not ancillary bail.
This is not an anticipated bill, my lord.
He wants the NBW to be stayed. Suppose if you don't challenge
Right.
the power of issuing an NBW, what's the question of EA, stay? You file a separate petition, you may challenge. Have you seen the judgment of the Supreme Court? Normally, the NBW should not be issued as a matter of routine
My lord.
unless first summons and bailable. Then only the question
No
of,
summons has been issued. In
Huh?
this case, from the court, my lord, no summons was issued.
therefore I'm saying, you go through those judgment and file an appropriate application, we'll see. Not by of IA, just because there is a criminal petition pending. Criminal petition is for quashing of FIR,
My lord.
and the court wrongly or rightly has issued a NBA,
My lord.
right?
No.
NBWA.
NBW.
Until the time you challenge it, whatever may be the reason, according to you, if court ought not to have issued, just as a matter of routine, just because IO has prayed for it.
My lord.
There's a judgment of the Supreme Court.
Yes, my lord. That is.
I'll give you one judgment. Just note it down. 2012 9 SCC 791. You file an appropriate application.
My lord,
Withdraw this,
why I-
withdraw this IA.
my lord, why
You just
I-
cannot stay like this.
My
Huh?
lord, why I file this IAS, my lord, because my lord,
No, unless you challenge the NBWA, what's the question of stay?
as,
It cannot be stayed like
as
this.
the party is ready to settle the dispute outside the court, my lord, amicably. So,
No,
my lord,
no one is stopping you.
yes.
You do that. But this court cannot stay just like that. Maybe you have a case that in such a situation, NBWA would not have been, ought not to have been issued. I'm indicating you and you
Yes, my lord,
are still,
I've got a loss of one.
or else we will just issue a notice in this IA. Okay, there's no question of stay. Then you think about it.
I'll file a.
Mr. IH Saikya,
My lord.
learned counsel for the applicant. Heard Swenson, heard I Swenson learns from the applicant, and also heard BZ Mohammed learned public prosecutor for the state, and also heard
Mika, your lordship, for respondent number one.
for
lordship.
number two.
For the
Issue notice
informant, I think, my lord.
for issue notice returnability 4 weeks.
My lord, lordship may not
That's
issue
all.
notice on the IA, my lord, because. my lord,
Yes,
I'll file
IA.
a Criminal petition. In presence of the IA, my lord, I will not be able to file the criminal petition also.
I don't know.
So, lordship
I
will
have
close the IA, my
indicated,
lord.
I have indicated
Lordship
enough.
will close the IA, my lord, I'll file.
Huh?
Lordship will close the IA, my lord.
You withdraw then,
My lord.
you will allow him to withdraw.
Liberty may be granted.
Then you delete that. On the prayer of Mr. I.S. learned concept for the applicant, this IA is closed on withdrawal, disposed of on withdrawal.
Which is liberty may be granted. my lord.
No liberty is required. Are you filing another IA? Then
I'll file criminal petition.
no liberty is required.
My lord.
Obliged. This is, there's some defect, something like, what is this? Huh? No overwriting and writing. What does it mean? You need to have, let us see, page 20. Madam, there's
No, please,
a,
Your
your
Lordship.
petition is defective.
Lordship,
Your petition is defective.
Lordship, I have the discretion, the petitioners are jointly filing this petition,
No,
Lordship.
no, your petition is defective.
In the sense, Lordship,
There's a list of so many anomalies. Wrong course title,
Lordship, that was corrected, Lordship.
put on before the. No, just you have
Lordship, the defects were corrected.
by handwritten.
No, Lordship, we took it back and then we have corrected.
You check it out. You show her. You see.
Yes, Lordship.
Yes, Lordship, initially when we filed, it was rejected on this, some defects were there. So we corrected the next day and it was processed.
Okay.
Lordship. Yes, Lordship, this petition is filed by jointly filed by the complainants as well as the accused persons, Lordships, on the ground that the matter has been compromised. Lordship, the matter arose out of criminal complaint filed by the petition number 1 and 2 against petition number 3 and 4 on the ground that a fund meant for construction of girls' hostel, tribal girls' hostel in Kanduri was misappropriated. Lordship, accordingly, when the matter was, the complaint was filed under section 200 of CRPC before the learned judicial magistrate for State Kohima. And on Void Order 24/05/2023, the learned judicial magistrate first class issued a notice in order directing the officer in charge of selling legislation to register an affair under section 956(3) of CRPC and to conduct unbiased and expeditious investigation of the matter alleged in the complaint. Now, accordingly, the FIR number 16 of 2023, dated 29/05/2023, was registered before the police station, Federal Police Station. Then, Your Lordship, a series of events have taken place after this. Of course, there was an incidental precedent that is that is in the investigation. So, pending investigation, the parties have decided because this the matter also involves 6 other villages. The allegation made in the complaint was that the firm made meant for tribal girls' hostel was siphoned and then used for the construction of Country Public Union Office. It's a community office. It's a village comprises of 6 villages. That is why the complaint was filed. But then now they have executed an undertaking, Your Lordship. That is, I've enclosed it in page number 95 and 96, Your Lordship.
Settlement
Yes, Your
or
Lordship.
undertaking.
They have settled with this undertaking, they have settled the matter. Lordship, if you would kindly allow me to read. It was executed on 19th of August 2023. With respect to the contentious tribal girls hostel at Kandini, sanctioned by the Ministry of Tribal Affairs, the Kandi Villages Chairman Forum, comprising of 6 villages, viz. Kandini, Sishinu, Ihunu, Kestation, Ikanu, and Tsonsa, under Seminole District, convened a meeting on the 19th August 2023 and had a thorough deliberation on the matter with both the respondents, Mr. John Kat and Mr. Leon Apon, and the petitioner, Mr. Joel Naga and Gwali Zakat, the case of which is filed in the court of the first class judicial magistrate Kohima. The House deliberated at length and concluded on the following: that the respondents has reimbursed the amount which was raised by the community for the construction of the KPU hall, that the respondents shall make the building functional from this date to which this resolution is adopted. That in a satisfactory conclusion on the matter that all parties involved in the presence of the country group villages, leader has agreed to make the existing KPU building as a full-fledged tribal girls hostel constructed under the Ministry of Tribal Affairs. That the above resolutions arrived at is an attempt, though belated, to resolve the issue to the extent possible as per the power vested in the village council. However, the KVCF understands that the matter being heard in a court of law, it is within the scope of the honorable court to pass judgments for which any individual entity is bound to accept. And these are the signatories, lordships, the village leaders as well as the parties in the case.
Is your number 1 and number 2, just
Yes.
read it again.
Lordship.
Is establish the offense.
Yes, lordship. They have the respondents
They have-
reimbursed the amount.
They have reimbursed the amount
Yes,
which they have alleged to have been misappropriated.
that was that
And
is
then,
reimbursed the
the
amount.
respondents shall make the building functional. That is, you have not made it functional because you have embezzled the amount fund of for the building.
That was the allegation,
No,
lordship.
that establishes
Yes, lordship.
by your undertaking. So
Lordship.
what's the question of washing?
So now, lordship, the parties, they have decided that,
It's not on your own whims. If
lordship,
somebody, if you make an allegation and if it is established by your own showing, the offense is established.
lordship,
You said you'll reimburse and you'll make the building functional. That is, allegation was correct. That
Lordship.
reimbursement construction will not absorb your criminality.
lordship, by this petition,
Then come to page 13. Page 13 of your writ petition. Which you have relied on a Supreme Court judgment. Parbat by Ahir. Para 13. Para 16.10. You read that.
there is an exception to the principles set out in propositions and above economic offenses involving the financial and economic well-being of the state,
But I'm reading loudly.
which lie beyond the domain of a mere dispute between the private disputants. The High Court would be justified in declining to quash whether offender is involved in an activity akin to financial or economic fraud or misdemeanor. The consequence of the act complained of upon the financial or economic system will weigh in the balance.
Yes.
Lordship,
What is the allegation?
delegation initially, as per the complaint, was the misappropriation of funds.
Yes.
Lordship,
Yes.
there were a series of charge sheets, there were a series of sections that were
This is a kind of what do you call it? Economic fraud or misdemeanor.
lordship. But if we,
Supreme Court says you cannot quash.
lordship, if we consider the
And
undertaking,
on the basis of your having considered your undertaking, it clearly established that you have reimbursed. That means you have misappropriated and you have reimbursed.
lordship, yes,
What
regarding
is the
the,
stage?
regarding the
Stage of
reimbursement,
proceedings.
it's under investigation, lordship. Regarding the reimbursement that is stated in the paragraph 1,
Yes,
that is to do with the funds raised by the community.
yes.
Lordship, so the respondents have, in this case, petition number 3 and 4 have reimbursed their
No,
amount.
it has a flavor of economic fraud and misdemeanor on your own admission. I think complainant, you are basically for accused,
Lordship, but,
but then complainant really had a.
Lordship, but this is
had-
for jointly filed by complainants and
That's what I'm saying.
accused, lordships.
It's not a simple settlement.
Lordship,
It appears by your undertaking, page 95 and 96. The complainant has tricked the accused. By undertaking, it established the fraud and the misappropriation.
lordship, yes, so
That is why these petitioners are jointly approaching,
No,
praying for
That's what I'm
invoking inherent power of this honorable court, Lordship,
that's
because
what I'm saying. The complainants have stripped the accused by having this undertaking that you will reimburse and you will construct the building
no,
When
building
it's
is also
when it's
constructed,
functional-
Lordship.
unless you misappropriated it. What's the question of reimbursement?
Lordship, the building is now already constructed. Because the allegation in the complaint was that the building was, which was meant for tribal girls hostel,
And
has
that
been used as a community building.
the undertaking supports
Yes,
the
now-
paragraph 16 of the 2017 judgment.
yes, now, Lordship,
So you
the,
have a better settlement. I give you a chance. You withdraw this petition.
yes,
You
Lordship,
have a better settlement.
Lordship, if that is the case, Lordship.
Otherwise, there's no question of. We'll dismiss it today only.
Lordship, then we'll give, kindly grant us the liberty to file a fresh, Lordship.
MS so learned counsel for the petitioner submits that she may be allowed to withdraw this criminal petition. Is it permissible?
Yes, I don't know, what the laws Supreme, I'm not in position to assist the court as far as the Supreme Court ruling is concerned, but that in some cases that has been permitted as far as this court is concerned, Lordship.
We'll see. We'll give her a second chance.
Lordship,
Now then, MS so learned counsel for the petitioner. Submits that she may be allowed to withdraw the petition, withdraw the present petition with a liberty to file a press. Mr. K. Angam,
Lordship.
London Public Proceeding has no objection. We'll record that. You find it out.
Lordship.
Normally criminal cases, but it is 482 petition. So I think it's permissible.
Lordship.
Prayer of the petition, London Constable petitioners is allowed. List of accordingly, this criminal petition is disposed of on withdrawal with a liberty as spread for.
obliged, Lordship. May I please, your Lordship?
Yes,
Your Lordship, this criminal petition is filed for question of FIR dated 13/9/2020, registered as Dipupar Police Station case number 98 of 2020 in GR number 675 of 2020, filed by the complainant against the present petitioner in lieu of compromise settlement dated 17 May of 2023 between the parties, as attached as annexure 3 in the petition. And thereafter, the complainant has also written a withdrawal letter for the lodge, for withdrawal of the lodge FIR before the officer in charge, Dipupar Police Station, dated, letter dated 24/6 of 2023, which is attached as annexure 2.
why don't you file it jointly? You
Uh,
have compromised it.
Yes, Your Honor. However,
That will be, it will give a better
Yes, Lord.
it's true.
adjudication for this court as well as for the parties. You file joint petition.
Therefore, if I may be allowed to withdraw the present
Ah.
petition and liberty to file a fresh joint petition.
MS Soins learned counsel for the petition and also had Mr. Judge Mohammed. VG Mohammed, learned public prosecutor for the state of Nagaland. Next, after arguing the matter for some time, the learned counsel for the petition summons that she may be allowed to withdraw the criminal petition with a liberty to file fresh. Prayer not being objected to by learned counsel for the learned public prosecutor. Prayer is allowed. Accordingly, this criminal petition is disposed of on withdrawal with a liberty to file refresh,
Petition.
as a issue advice.
Much obliged, Your Honor.
May I please, your lordship?
Yes.
Lordship, here the principal counsel, Mr. City Jammeh, has some difficulties today.
Huh?
The principal counsel for the petitioner, Mr. City Jammeh, has some difficulties today, so I pray that this matter be taken up on
You are
Monday.
good or better? We'll issue notice today, what's there?
Lordship,
It is not notice is cannot also be issued.
something like.
Why? is it? You are good or better, we'll issue notice. Of course, after hearing the parties.
Since a senior is not there, Your Lordship, I don't want to make much.
She should take the advantage. You are good, we'll issue notice.
Lordship, let it be taken up on Monday.
Huh?
Monday. Let me see.
Why you are objecting to notice?
Lordship, the fact is that the petitioner here before this court, seeking to regularize the service
Yes,
on basing on two of his memorandum.
yes.
Now, the two of his memorandum actually, the Big Honorable Court has directed the state government not to regularize any government servant basing on that two of his memorandum.
But ultimately, the
Yes.
writ petition was disposed of.
Yes, Lordship. And
And
the two
according to
OMs
them, it has been, they filed an appeal, I mean,
Yes.
the writ appeal.
State filed an appeal.
A state filed an appeal, that was dismissed.
So
Therefore, according to them, it merged along with the
Yes,
interim
Lordship.
order, merged along with the final order.
By order dated.
Therefore,
6/16/2022.
you cannot have the office memorandum of 2018.
yes,
So they are trying for setting aside of 2018.
that is your contention, Your Lordship.
Yeah.
However,
How do you feel issue a notice? What's there?
now, if you see, Your Lordship, if you see,
You come up with the detailed reply.
Lordship, yes, that for that part, Your Lordship, I leave it to my, as far as notice issue is concerned. However, I'm just expressing my,
Do you have any interim prayer?
No, Lordship.
no, there is no intent. Your Lordship.
Will issue notice, even if a senior appears, will issue notice on that day.
With my strong objection. However, yes, Your Lordship, that part I leave it to my lord. I leave it to my lord.
Lordship.
Because you issue notice and then you come up with you'll be given, because there's no interim, no prejudicial cost to you.
Yes, yes,
Is that it?
correct, my lord.
Will issue notice.
Lordship, my senior may be given chance to be heard.
Your Lordship, Your Lordship is correct, even if his, her senior comes also, he's same like that.
When when he is coming back.
Monday, he will be there.
So we'll list this better, you go through it, you argue the matter tomorrow.
Let it be on Monday then, Lordship.
Anyway. I want you to take the chance of your absence of your senior so that you can
Yes,
at least,
correct, my lord.
anyway, if she's insisting.
Yes, my lord, yeah. Monday, my lord, then.
On the prayer of MSN, so Learned Counsel for the, you are also here in this matter,
Yes, Lordship.
Learned Counsel for the petitioner. List this matter on, when is the Monday?
11.
11, Your Lordship.
Then that day, you come prepared, huh? You may not issue notice.
Lordship, I'll try to satisfy my. I'm simply
Yeah,
a
senior, huh?
Yes,
Today, the court was inclined to issue notice, but I objected for issuance of a notice. On that day, the government council will come with proper, documents and other things. So we'll hear it and notice may not be issued on that day. Writ petition may be dismissed.
Deeply obliged, my lord. Lordship, we are ready for hearing. Lordship.
Affidavit, reply affidavit not yet.
Lordship,
You don't want to.
I don't want to, there is no need.
What is the issue?
The issue is that the petitioner was appointed as female attendant at Longsa in the year 2006.
Yes.
Now, what has happened is, under the directorate of
It's a covered case.
medical, yes, covered case, my
According to
lord.
you.
Lordship, since the leading counsel, Lordship is not present today,
Who is
Lordship,
the leading counsel?
Ma Ying-chen, Lordship. So Lordship, he has instructed me to list the matter tomorrow, Lordship. To pass over
Not
for-
tomorrow, in that case.
Lordship, it needs immediate disposal, lordship. The problem here is that the respondent, they did not issue notice and terminated my service way back in 2014
You are
We-
appointed
as female attendant in
On-
2006.
on contractual,
No,
regular,
lordship. Now,
on
they
the
did,
basis of selection process, after selection process.
that was.
If it was not followed by selection process, proper selection process. No,
Lordship, here the question is,
she was appointed without having any selection process.
in grade 4
That
post,
is selection process, there has to be.
lordship, by
Yes.
now, that is another thing. Prior in 2000,
What is
six,
all the judgment says? The judgment,
there are three or four judgment I have annexed also, and lordship,
what it says,
the
once you are appointed, even without following the due process of selection process, you can be appointed.
lordship, that
If
is
that is
another
the-
thing. There were
that is the-
various cases.
If that is the case, I beg to differ on that, then you argue the matter before any other appropriate bench. Is it the case?
Lordship,
How this can be allowed?
lordship. Prior to that, these grade 4 appointments were appointed on land owner basis as well as compassionate grant.
Is it based on any rule or any law?
There are land owner appointment scheme, lordship.
Scheme.
Scheme. And prior to that, lordship, here, so many cases have been filed before this honorable court, and the honorable court has directed for reinstatement of the petitioners, and those.
Prima facie, this court have a different view. Unless your appointment is preceded by proper selection process.
Grade 4, at that particular time, grade 4 appointment, lordship, it is through government approval that has been practiced.
That should not be allowed today.
And this one, today is another thing, lordship. But at that time,
We'll be deciding the matter today only,
at
not that point of time.
at that point of time, it was through government approval, and then
That point of time, this court was also with you.
lordship, not only this
This court was
case,
standing that side.
not only this case, but it was a bulk of employees whose service were terminated with retrospective effect in 2015, retrospective effect in 2000.
Based on what law?
They were terminated. They were,
The retrospective
Effect.
regularization.
that's why those petitioners.
State has done that.
Yes,
Regularization with retrospective effect by the state,
no,
by
the
the,
petitioners were in service, lordship.
okay,
Now, what has happened is the state government withheld their salaries, and in 2015, with retrospective effect from 2012, when their salaries were not only the petitioner, but a bulk of employees under in all the district under the Directorate of Medical Services, lordship. That was at the time when this outside in the directorate, outside establishment were established
okay.
in the all the district. So through government appointment, government
Approval.
approval, they were appointed at that particular time there were so many, in the medical department, so many schemes suddenly came to Nagaland also. So when it was adopted, it was like that. And in most of the grade 4 employees, land honors, compassionate appointment, and other instances were considered and were appointed. What has happened is there were a class of grade 4 employees who were alleged to have appointed without sanction post and without some suspected for signature also. So this case went even to the Vigilance Commission, Lordship.
Yes.
Vigilance Commission and Vigilance Commission Vigilance Commission Inquiry Committee was set up, and all the appointments as well as this
Given clean sheet.
clear chief, Lordship.
Okay.
So that way, 19 of them similarly situated. Some of them, they approached this honorable court and they have been reinstated with full back wages till 2015. From 2012, their salaries were withheld. They were then in 2015, they terminated the surveys of the employees with retrospective effect. So those employees came before this honorable court in myriad petitions were filed, and this honorable court directed for payment of their health salary because for service already rendered, Lordship. Plus, there were certain instances where those who were given clear cheat were reinstated in service. I have annexed all the writ petition as well as other documents also. So that way, in 2015, the petitioner's name did not figure in this termination list. So the petitioner was rendering her service, thinking that her service was not terminated. What has happened?
She has been spared.
No. What has happened is, so to ask my salary, I filed writ petition before the honorable court that is writ petition 113/2022. I filed this writ petition before the honorable court. In order to dispose of the writ petition, the government was instructed to bring instruction because it is a covered case, Lordship. Similarly situated person have already approached the court and so many has been reinstated in service. So what has happened is the government produced interim order dated 4/11/2014, showing that my service was already declared null and void in 2014. That was a new document that was brought before this honorable court and placed before this honorable court. So I had to withdraw. The honorable court allowed me to withdraw the writ petition with liberty to file afresh, and now I have filed this writ petition challenging this interim order dated 4/11/2014. That was not served to me, and it was a new development for me. I didn't know it. They did not serve me notice, Lordship. No termination order was served to me. No notice was issued in violation of principle of natural justice, Lordship. So that is my case, and my case is covered. In whatever way, no notice was served. I came to know only after approaching this honorable court. They placed the termination order, and my service was terminated basing upon stating that I have not produced my original certificate before the Vigilance Commission, original appointment order. Now, my lord, Vigilance.
I think
Sorry, Lordship, so
you
that in that
need to
instance,
file a reply because the maintainability itself has been questioned by the government. I think
Okay.
maybe because of that,
Lordship.
you ask for a reply. I think you need to file it
Lordship.
for the interest of your client. They have said the writ petition is not maintainable. You are sleeping
Delay. They are saying delay, Lordship.
sleeping over the matters. So you have to reply to that, rebut that.
Lordship, the matter concerning with delay, when they have terminated my service way back in 2014. They did not even inform me. They
Yes.
did not even serve me notice. So where is the question of delay or whatever? What about the
No, that's.
action of the
that's-
respondent?
That's why,
Lordship.
you have a right to rebut, apply
Lordship,
to that. If you choose not to do that,
allow me the
that
two
will be
weeks,
an I think last occasion you have sought for a time to file
I thought
plan.
they have pleaded law in their affidavit in opposition, and this law is not applicable to my case, Lordship. That's why I thought that there's no use going against, because the law that they pleaded in their paragraph is about electricity tariff concession within a scheme time-bound period. How can that be applied to my case? Appellant did not in this that they have cited
No.
in their
If you want to take risk, it's up to you.
Lordship, allow me to file affidavit in reply in that letter.
Judge Zimmerman, learned consent for the petitioner. Commits that she may be allowed to file an affidavit in reply to the contradictory by respondents. For which she pressed for 1 week and 2 weeks.
Lordship, in that matter, allow me 3 weeks because I have some very important urgent matters that is taking my time for the time being.
So,
To be,
so this court is only sitting for 3 weeks only.
no,
After
it's
3
not,
weeks.
it's not about that, Lordship.
No, I'm just
In fact,
on lighter vein, I'm saying. This
That
court
ma-
is sitting only for 3 weeks. You take, the matter will be listed.
then Lordship can just, if my lord has that.
No, I'm just.
Lordship can give.
No, no,
2
it's
weeks.
okay, check, no.
It didn't cross my mind, Lordship. I didn't check whether my lord is sitting for.
No.
I said the whole month.
No, lighter, on lighter vein, I'm saying, nothing. Prayers allowed, list this matter after 3 weeks.
So bless Lordship.
But seriously, that.
Yes,
need to
yes,
go
Lordship,
into-
I shall do that.
Hmm.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, please, Lordship, on behalf of additional AG in Team Song, Lordship. Lordship, this, I'm being instructed that the state respondent is yet to file counter, Lordship. So Lordship, may please to grant 3 weeks time.
Lordship, here I'm paying on behalf of petitioner, your lordship.
Petitioner,
Yeah, for the petitioner, your lordship.
Mr. So learned counsel for the petitioner. Also, Mr. Rizimomi, learned counsel for the state. The learned counsel appearing on behalf of Mr. Intim Song, learning additional advocate general of the state. Next. The learned counsel to the state respondents press for and granted 3 weeks time
Lordship.
to file counter affidavit. List this matter after 3 weeks.
Oh, this
IA for what?
Lordship, this item
Your Honor.
for striking of the name of the applicant who has been completed as respondent in the main petition. The writ petition was filed challenging the appointment of various assistant professors on the ground that they do not have the minimum requisite qualification of NET, National Eligibility Test. And I'm filing this application on the basis of one order, which is at page operative at page 25, which you also may have. 25.
Of IA.
Oh, yes, okay.
IA is for what?
For striking of the name of the applicant
Okay,
from the list of respondents in the main writ petition.
I have preliminary objection, my lord.
you have filed the objection?
Yes,
Yes.
Lordship.
Okay,
So the IA has been filed on the basis of this order, which was passed. Yes, at
yes.
page 25, order
Yes.
dated 8/5/2023. Should I read or?
This is
Yes,
page 19.
page 25 of the application.
25,
Yes,
starting in page 19, correct?
yes, starting. So by this order, the petitioner they have prayed for striking off or cancelling the name of the respondent number 22 on the ground that they found out that she possessed net.
Okay,
Yes, and based on this, I have also enforced my net certificate. Only on the basis of this, I'm sitting on this almost.
you are possessing the net.
Yes,
What is your net?
it's a big step.
Page 10,
Yes.
okay.
Date is set 11 October.
11 October,
No,
15.
I'm sorry, 5th November, 5th November 2022.
15,
Date of issue.
okay. Result to be on the,
Lordship,
just wait. Just read your this certificate. Net certificate.
From certified.
Certified
That son Chotayate is the respondent, the applicant. Son of so and so, the UGC net for eligibility for assistant professors held on 11/10/2022 for December 2021 and June 2022 in the subject political science. As per information provided by the candidate, she had appeared as or was pursuing her master's degree or equivalent examination in a related subject at the time of applying for UGC net. The date of eligibility for assistant professor is the date of declaration of UGC net result, that is 5th November 2022, or the date of completion of a master's degree or equivalent examination with required percentage of marks within 2 years from the date of declaration of UGC net result, that is by 4/11/2024, whichever is later.
Just read the last line. This is an electronic
Yes,
certificate.
this is an electronic certificate only. Its authenticity and category in which the candidate had appeared should be verified from National Testing Agency by the institution appointing authority. This electronic certificate can also be verified by scanning the QR code. The validity of this electronic certificate is forever. Date of issue is 15/11/2022 by the Senior Director of National Testing Agency.
Yes, if he is having a net,
I beg to differ, Lordship. What has happened is, he is showing that he passed net into 2022, Lordship. At that time, when he was appointed on 25th September 2017, through backdoor. Lordship, cases will be coming. Here in Nagaland, class 1 gazetted elite post of assistant professors.
okay,
The Nagaland government is practicing unqualified have been appointed, and for the unqualified, we have already filed this writ petition number 340/22. Now, what has happened is he was whether with or without net, Lordship, with or without net, with or without qualification, he was appointed through backdoor. That is the issue here. So whether with net or without net, when he was appointed as assistant professor through backdoor, where is the question of his legality?
you yourself has
I'm going to bring that.
Fred
That
for-
also they
Fred-
took up the matter.
read for striking of the persons having the net.
Lordship, allow me to explain. What has happened
Is still working.
in the
Is he working?
Yes.
working.
But the
What has
appointment of 2017,
Yes.
and you got the net in 2022.
Next issue here.
But if they want to challenge my appointment, they can always challenge in the next petition or the other batch of petition. I'm only basing on this order because I'm civilly situated.
Lordship,
This person they are.
Appointment is under challenge.
Yes,
That's what you are before, you have been added as respond number, what,
nine.
9? Yes.
so, yes,
But I don't know.
yes, Lordship.
What are those respondents
Very,
whom you have prayed for striking of? Were they having a net prior
very
to
much, very
prior
much.
to the appointment?
The appointment has to go. And
You
Lordship,
have put us on merit.
Yes.
It was this,
yes,
there's a difference.
Very well.
I thought why she's making a contradictory
No, actually-
submission. Some respondents, she wants to get it strike off. And some which
No.
they want to get
Actually,
themselves.
no, no,
Supposing. So I got it.
Actually, you have a response.
I've understood.
what has happened is
I
Lordship,
request him to withdraw the IA.
Lordship,
You file an affidavit and
There.
contest the matter.
All right.
just an explanation, just an
Are you agreeing?
Come again?
Are you following me?
Yes.
There is a difference of those,
Your lordship,
those-
I need to
those
go, it's a- I'll
Ah.
give to your lordship. Yes.
you withdraw it.
just a small explanation.
Yes.
The other,
Understood. Have you filed the affidavit?
No, not yet.
no, it's interesting to note this, Lordship. In the other, who struck out the respondent number 22, what has happened is, because we filed before this honorable court,
There,
we filed a criminal case against the petitioner, that respondent number 22.
Oh, that-
Criminal case and the police started harassing the petitioner, this
that is not my fault.
petitioners. Why not?
madam, it's a multiplication of the litigation,
Yes,
good for the lawyer.
so the.
So we do this.
I know we supplied.
And stuff.
You can submit said he may be allowed. He may be allowed to withdraw the IA 67 of 2023. MS Judge Land Council Budget, opposite party, public petitioner has no objection, Mr. The prayer for the Land Council to the applicant is allowed, Mr. Accordingly, this IA 67 of 2023 is disposable with word.
I may be supplied a copy of the repetition.
Huh?
A copy of the repetition may be supplied. I have only a half copy.
In main, the learned counsel for the petition is directed to furnish the copy of the petition,
Lodge.
the learned counsel for the respondent number
9.
9.
Obliged, Lordship.
This matter after 3 weeks.
May please, Your Lordship.
Yes.
Lordship is a simple matter of permission appointment, Your Lordship.
Hmm.
Where the petitioner has
No counter affidavit.
No, lordship.
You file counter affidavit.
Your Lordship, what has happened is that the State Council, Your Lordship, even in the last occasion, Your Lordship,
They,
have not
they,
agreed, Your
they
Lordship.
said they don't want to file.
No, Your Lordship. It seems the file was endorsed to someone else, Your Lordship, and yet still, Your Lordship, they are
3 weeks time you have sought for.
Lordship, but lordship, in this matter, lordship, the leading counsel is,
Who is leading counsel?
lordship, that I'm not aware.
Lordship, they are not aware.
Who's-
They are not aware, Your Lordship, who is taking the.
Who's appearing for a state respondent, we are not aware, I'm not aware. Lordship.
Who distribute the file of the government? Or you do what that magical chair? There must be someone responsible to distribute the file.
Lordship, I'm allowed to go through the orders and then I will inform the legal counsel. Lordship.
No,
Your Lordship,
on 4th of August,
Lordship,
Enangami,
Lordship.
on behalf of MS Supong Lemla,
Lordship,
it's time to file counter affidavit.
yeah, Lordship, if that is the case, Lordship, MS Supangla, Lordship, she
So, record your name and you file the counter affidavit within 3 weeks.
Your
You
Lordship,
take,
Lordship, it's a covered case, Your Lordship.
huh?
It's a covered case, Your Lordship.
No, they have to file the affidavit. Why, how it is covered case?
Your Lordship, in similar statutory case, Your Lordship,
What is this?
commissioner appointment, Your Lordship.
Huh?
Commissioner appointment, Your Lordship.
Compassionate appointment.
Lordship, in similar
Compassionate
statutory-
appointment cannot be a covered case.
Your Lordship, in similar statutory cases, Your Lordship, observation have been made, Your Lordship.
Sir, it cannot be a covered case. You know, there's a reason, this compassionate appointment, you don't have the right.
Your Lordship.
It's just a concession.
Yes, sir.
Lordship, there is a,
So it will be
Specific
decided
scheme.
on the basis, it depends on the facts of each case.
Lordship.
Lordship, we're just trying to dispose of the application of the petitioner, Your Lordship, filed on the.
Now let them come to, let them file some counter affidavit, we'll see. On the prayer of Mr. Enangami,
Vijimon,
Vizimami, Learned Counsel for the petitioner, Learned State Council. List this matter after 2 weeks so as to enable the Learned State Council to file counter affidavit. Mr. So-and-so, Learned Counsel for the petitioner. Present.
Yeah, please, Your Lordship.
Yes.
Your Lordship, here my prayer is very limited.
Hmm,
Here I'm praying for appointment on compassionate ground.
hmm.
But since the state council, they were not appearing. Since from.
Why you are not,
16th
why you are not taking, I mean, steps? 18-8, you have prayed for 2 weeks time.
Your
Of
Lordship,
course,
last
of course,
week may be given, Your
Supong, sir.
Lordship.
Supong. Lordship, in fact, Supong.
Compassionate appointment.
Your Lordship,
When did you apply? When's your application for compassionate appointment?
Your Lordship, my father who died in harness in the year 16/12/2018, and I
Okay.
submitted my representation dated nil. However, by office letter dated 25/1/2019, my application was forwarded by Deputy Commissioner to the Commissioner, Your Lordship.
That is also without date. Or January
Your Lordship.
21.
Office letter dated 25/1/2019, Your Lordship.
That is, it's a People's Democratic
Annexure
Alliance.
6,
Huh?
Annexure 6, page 24. My application was,
This is by the president of some political party. Huh?
no, Your Lordship, my application dated nil.
Dated nil,
Yes.
page 18, and next page 19. 21, 1,
Page
2019,
24,
24.
Your Lordship, Annexure 6.
Okay. Yes. 25.
Yes,
Lordship, in that way of the matter, Lordship, let it come after 3 weeks, Lordship. Lordship, the leading counsel, Lordship, she is not keeping well, Lordship, and she is on medical treatment, Lordship.
It's okay. You
And then, Lordship, I think this matter has been endorsed to one of my colleague, Lordship, but right now we are not able, Lordship. We will try to trace out and Lordship, in the meantime, Lordship will try to, will file affidavit.
will entrust you, you take the responsibility. It happens, you have to change. If somebody is indisposed and not able to handle the matter,
In that way of the matter, Lordship, let it come after 3 weeks so that the
Please.
state respondent.
MS so-and-so learned counsel for the petitioner. Mr. Busy maybe learned counsel for state council. Praised for and granted 3 weeks time to file counter affidavit. List this matter after 3 weeks. We'll see after 3 weeks. Huh?
Wait, please, Lordship.
Yes.
Notice, search upon respondent number 2 is still awaited, so I may be allowed to take steps for fresh notice, Lordship. Upon respondent number 2.
25, you were directed, 25th August. You want to take, there was an order already.
Lordship, in the last prediction, I was.
Huh?
I wasn't aware of that order, Lordship. In the last prediction, my colleague appeared, so kindly allow me to reissue fresh notice upon respondent number 2, Lordship.
Your name,
W. Marful, Lordship.
Mr. So and so, learned counsel for the petitioner. So means that due to certain problem, due to certain issues, he could not take the steps for service of notice upon the respondent number 2 as directed by this court on 25/8/2022, for which he prays for granting some more time to take fresh steps as directed by this court. Next prayer is allowed. The Mr. So and so will record the name because it was not recorded the name of the council. Praise the Lord. The learned Mr. So and so learned council is permitted to take steps for service of notice upon the respondent number 2. Where registered post with AD within a period of within 2 days.
Lordship. Much obliged.
List main list after list the matter after 3 weeks.
My blessed Lordship,
Yes.
on the last occasion, that is on 3rd of August 2023, I was again allowed to take fresh steps upon the respondents to register the Lordship. But then, well, I've taken the step, Your Lordship, but then
For respondent number 3.
for all the respondents, Your Lordship.
Hmm.
But then I've been informed by the petitioner that the respondents have complied this honorable court order, Your Lordship. So on the basis of that, appointment order has been issued to the petitioner. So
That has been complied.
yes, Lordship. And you are allowed to-
You are appearing for nobody is appearing.
No one is appearing, Your Lordship. But then since the court order is being complied, I feel that that may be brought up, Your Lordship.
Mr. So and so learned counsel to the petitioner. Submits that the respondent authorities have complied the order of this court that 23/9/2022 passed in WPC number 208 of 2022. Next para. He places the notification dated 26 July.
Yes, Lordship.
26 July 2023, issued by the Director, Food and Shipping Supplies, Nagaland, Dimapur. In view of the above, this contempt petition stands closed. The copy of the notification dated 26 July 2023. be kept on record. You have the
Yes, Lordship.
copy, it's okay.
Obliged, Lordship.
Please, Lordship.
Yes. You have the scanned copy.
Lordship.
You just make a submission on that basis.
Lordship, as far as the scan copy is concerned, Lordship, this is to do with a case diary submitted by the investigating officer to the court, Lordship, to the district court, Lordship. Lordship, as far as the city is concerned, Lordship, charge sheet has already been filed, Lordship. And now, Lordship, the matter is before the district court, Lordship.
Lordship, my submission is that the charges have been filed on 16/8/2022. And the trial is yet to commence, Your Worship. And we have filed for bail application, which have been rejected by the London District Court, Sessions Court, Your Worship. So
The offenses, what is the offense?
offenses is under 307, Your Worship.
Okay.
Attempt to murder. 326.
Where the husband and wife.
Yes, husband and wife. Your
The
Worship.
husband and wife.
But the section is serious.
Yes, Your Worship. Sixteen is
Attempt to
serious.
murder.
However, Your Worship, after charges has been filed, Your Worship, the trial should have commenced expeditiously. And which has not been done. Your Worship.
Why your bail was rejected?
On the ground that one of the ground was the tampering of evidence, Your Worship. However, the husband and wife are not living together, Your Worship. In the cause of the dispute between the husband and wife was because of extramarital affair between the by the
No,
wife.
there's a tampering. Chances of tampering is there if you are released on bail.
Yes, Your
Though
Worship.
you are not
They are
staying
not
together.
staying together, Your Worship.
No, no, you may go there also.
And Your Worship, he is the sole breadwinner of the family with 4 minor children and aged parents, Your Worship. Keeping him under incarceration for such a long
Children are
time.
with whom?
Uh,
Children are with whom?
with the father, now with the grandparents, Your Worship. And the petitioner is the father of the accused, Your Worship. He's facing a lot of hardship, Your Worship. So keeping him incarcerated just on that ground, and the trial is yet to commence, even after the charge sheet has been filed and a year has been already elapsed, Your Worship.
Charge sheet was filed recently.
2022.
Last year.
Last year, Your Worship.
Last year,
Yes, Your Worship.
not this year,
Not this year, Your Worship.
within the mandatory period.
Within the mandatory period, Your Worship.
Huh?
Yes.
What do you say?
Lordship, since I have the only scan copy, Lordship, in that way of the matter, Lordship, if the LCR can be called for, Lordship. LCR.
Worship, the facts are clear, Worship, and I can place some judgments also that the trial should commence expeditiously, Worship, and keeping incarcerated.
What is the difference between the scan copy and the LCR?
Lordship, the scan copy is limited, Lordship, since the scan copy is.
No, asked for, this court has asked for
Scan copies only.
Lordship, on the last occasion, this honorable court has directed to produce the scan copy, Lordship. However, as far as.
charge sheet has already filed. Scan copy of the records, that was LCR only.
Yes.
Is incomplete.
Lordship, this is the scan case diary.
How long you have been
By
in the
the-
jail?
More than a year, Worship.
Another 2 weeks.
Worship, 1 week, Worship.
So-
Since it's
So. In fact, they had called for the LCR only.
Yes, Your Worship.
Scan copy of the records means LCR only.
Lordship.
Will take after 2 weeks.
1 week, Your Lordship.
Can you?
1 week, I don't
Since-
think it's possible, Lordship.
Lordship,
Let's
I'll
call after-
convince the learned PP after 1 week or 2 weeks.
Even on the last occasion, 1 week was granted to get, to procure the copy, Your Lordship, the scanned copy. So I think it's possible.
Scan copy means of the records into entire copy. Only difference is the scan, not the
Yes.
original.
Lordship.
That you tell the court.
So it's, the matter is from Dimapur on Your Worship. So 1 week is a
No,
sufficient time.
we don't know. It takes sometime 1 hour, sometime half an hour. Huh?
Lordship. Coming Tuesday, Your Worship.
Tuesday,
Lordship. Tuesday.
Next.
Next Tuesday.
Okay. Mr. DG Mami, learned public prosecutor submits that he is yet to receive the scanned copy of the LCR as directed by this court on 24/8/2023. For which he prays for another 1 week time to produce the scanned copy of the Lord Court records. Mr. Mr. J. Kulno.
Yes, Lord.
Learned Counsel Notation of Present. The prayer of the learned public prosecutor is granted so as to enable him to obtain the scanned copy of the lower court records. List this matter on
12/9.
ah
12/9.
12/9/2023.
Your Lordship, I have taken steps in respect number 5 and 6.
We'll wait for some time. Office note dated 11/8/2023 indicates that the service report upon respondent number 5 and 6 is still awaited. List this matter after 3 weeks.
Maybe Lordship, service approved respondents are still awaited. Maybe come up after 2 weeks, Lordship.
No. It has returned back unserved.
Lordship.
With a note that there is no such person in the address.
Lordship, in that case, I may be allowed to take substitute notice.
You try to find out the thing. Proper address,
Lordship.
then we'll see thereafter.
Lordship. Then after 2 weeks,
No, office note indicates that, the office note dated 22/8/2023 indicates that. Not indicates, reflects that the service of notice upon the respondent number 2 has returned unserved with a note that such person, there is no such person in the address. No, unserved with a note that no such person is available in the said address. Next paragraph. Mr. Osekapote, learned constable, the petitioner, is directed to take press steps by identifying the correct address of the respondent number 2 within 2 days. 2 days or within 1 week.
first steps, Lordship. Lordship, let's give you 2 weeks time to ascertain the address of the respondent too. After that,
Mr.
all that makes it, I'll take steps either by way of
is directed to
Ascertain the address.
ascertain
proper
the
address of the
address, proper address of the respondent number 2, Lordship, list of. List this matter after 2 weeks. After 2 weeks.
Lordship, after.
Lordship, and then ascertain it and then
Yes, Lordship. Lordship, there's an interim.
interim order, let person continue.
May it please your lordship. Lordship, this IA is for condemnation of delay of 660.
No, madam. The notice
Yes, lordship, we have served,
that it has return answer.
service of notice, upon respondent.
You ascertain the proper address. You assert, or else you give the proper postal address,
Okay, your lordship,
okay?
2 weeks time
Office-
may be pending.
Office note dated 2/8/2023 reflects that the service of notice issued upon respondent number 1 has returned unserved. With a note that with a note of insufficient address listed. Next paragraph, the learned counsel will the petitioner is directed to furnish the proper postal address of respondent number 1. List after 2 weeks.
Yes, lordship. May it please your lordship.
Yes.
Lordship, service report on respondent number 2 is still awaited. Lordship.
Office to dated 17/7. No, sorry. 1/9/2023. Reflects that notice upon not service of notice upon respondent number 2 is still awaited. List this matter after 3 weeks.
Lordship, lordship, there's an interim.
Interim order pass and it shall continue.
Like.
Committee section. Vote 2 over.